hoping that it's cold there because if it's warm, I've been told that the ice usually melts. That's what they taught me. That's typically what we see this time of the year. We started off this morning, though, temps in the mid 40s. This was our high for the day, right? We talked about this in great depth yesterday here on our 5 on Your Side stream here as we talked about temps in the mid 40s. We're going to be our overnight highs, and then temps will continue to fall. Even as I zoom in, you talk about 45, 47 in Chesterfield. Big picture for us, though. Overall, it has been pretty nice so far, and I think the things are going to change quite a bit. That's what we're going to highlight here as we talk about what's happening here. But for the most part, overall, this one needs a new battery, so I'm going to walk back here and get a different clicker, but that's why it's not been moving. Otherwise, as we continue to focus on our wind, there we go, got a different clicker and it's moving around. We have some rain that's moved through, and the first thing you're going to see overall is the fact that it's been cloudy, and there's been some areas of rain. If you see some evidence in your backyard that it did rain a little bit, don't be surprised because we did see some light rain that pushed through the area, but for the most part, things are pretty quiet. Some cloud cover is starting to push off to the southeast. That's all part of this larger system that is the transition between a much colder air mass and pushing the warmer one out of here. We see a few of those clouds right now. Temperature-wise, though, we've fallen. As advertised, mid-30s. We're still above freezing, but it's cold outside today. Temps in the mid-20s, low 30s here as well. We'll start to push most of that out of here the next several hours, and we're going to see our temps fall throughout the next several hours from the upper 30s to the low 30s this afternoon. And what I really want to highlight is the fact that it's, really cold, but the wind is going to be a huge factor. Wind gusts are already starting to pick up. We're going to see those wind gusts in excess of 40 miles an hour in some cases this afternoon. Even as we see that this morning, look at 4 o'clock. It's not all that different. We still have gusts over 30 miles an hour that are expected, and that's going to be something that we continue to note over the next few days. As we look outside right now, you'll notice that really for the most part, we continue to see for the rest of the day, I would expect that we're going to see temperatures fall around 30, between 25 to 30 degrees this evening. But look at our wind chills. By midday and mid-morning, it feels like it's in the mid-20s. As we go throughout the rest of the day, not only as temperatures fall, but the wind continues, it's going to feel like it's in the low 20s or upper teens in most cases. Very cold air is in store for us. So where does this come from? Well, mentioned it this 24 hours ago, the progression of where this cold air was and why we had stayed pretty warm, because we're on one side of this high, which dominates everything and keeps that all bottled up. But once that has started to come down, it was up here yesterday. Look where it has started to spill, and that's what we're really starting to see. As that cold air spills further south, you'll see the leading edge of it impact our area, right? So it's not the coldest of the cold air that we're going to see, but you'll see that especially by Saturday into Sunday. Watch another burst of it. Now that next burst may provide a few flurries, but what it's also going to do is be just a steady diet of colder air. And whether or not we're in the middle of it still remains to be seen. I think we'll see a couple of times over the next 7 to 10 days that's certainly part of what our equation, but I don't think we're going to get in the coldest of the cold air. That stays to the north, but we're going to see a couple of time frames for it. And I think the first one that we're going to see is late Saturday into Sunday. That's where our wind chills are near zero. Very cold air. That's our next weather impact alert. Wind chills near zero, extra layers, pets inside, things of that nature, because I think we're going to see, something that we haven't had in a while. Right? There's been a lot of times where this month has been quite warm, but we have extra layers, pets inside. It's going to be wind chills near zero, and that's our main highlight as we talk about, somewhere between 0 and 5 below. Yeah, there's a couple of spots that the models aren't picking up the wind blowing at all, like Washington, Alton, and Mascoutah, but I think overall the wind is going to have the potential to be between 0 and 5 below. 34 tomorrow, 45 and windy on Friday. Saturday into Sunday, we'll see a few flurries. I'm not concerned about any accumulation or any impacts from it, but you'll notice that. Our weather impact alert continues for that. For the holiday, still cold. And like I said, I think we improve a little bit, but as we head into next week, we're going to see temperatures slightly above average. And this is really the coldest period of the coldest period of the year, and we're going to be nudging above that. There is a system we're watching Friday into Saturday. Right now, I don't think that it is going to be some big snowstorm for us, but it's our next chance for any accumulating precipitation other than those few flurries, which aren't going to be much of an issue. But overall, the next 10 days, I think it looks pretty dry. We're not going to see a huge problem, but it's just something that we continue to monitor here over the next few days as those temperatures continue to fall. And that's really our main impact here for the next 10 days as we look at quiet conditions for now, but colder than average as we head into the next few days.